Hey everyone, and welcome back to Exposing SMG. Designer brands. Can we ever expect more from them? Over the past week, the fashion brand Balenciaga has found itself in a bizarre set of controversies relating to two ad campaigns. One of the ads included a child model standing on a bed with a teddy bear that was wearing black leather and chains, which many people said was targeting the BDSM look. The other ad also had a child model standing on a couch holding a teddy bear with the same exact BDSM look. And the placement of objects in front of the children is done in a way that made people question what Balenciaga was implying, because it was all adult-related items like a flask, wine cups, a whip, and more. The photographer that shot the Balenciaga campaign was Gabriel Galimberti, and he has a certain style of shooting photos which includes children standing on furniture with toys and child-related items in front of them. So with these Balenciaga campaign photos, are we supposed to relate the child with the items they're standing in front of, or what? Because that's how it's looking like. Because of this backlash, social media started to dig at other campaigns Balenciaga has been a part of in the past, and they found something weirdly similar in another ad for one of their bags. It was a printed Supreme Court document of the 2008 United States v. Williams decision, which ruled against the usage of child pornography. And this document was hidden behind a bunch of other paperwork in the ad to give off the look of an office desk smeared with paperwork and files. But my question is, if your intentions are clear, why out of all the Supreme Court rulings did you have to put that one? This makes me go back and think about how the media sometimes uses subliminal messages to target things like sex and child in the same scenario. A few years ago, conspiracy theories took over social media, and everyone started making Twitter threads and YouTube videos all about the conspiracies that surround us on a daily basis. One of the topics that took off was about how Disney and other programs made for children use subliminal messages to convey something sexual. And people theorized that they did this so children can grow up thinking about sex, or make children mature faster, or just use media propaganda to make us think about things subconsciously. But something about Balenciaga's ad campaign being subtle enough to add these little clues that we as adults can see doesn't sit right with me. So obviously, Balenciaga ended up apologizing for both the ad campaigns by saying that this was being done without their knowledge. It's giving, "we are sorry that you caught on to us," rather than this actually being something the company wasn't aware of. We sincerely apologize for any offense our holiday campaign may have caused. Our Play Bear bags should not have been featured with children in this campaign. We have immediately removed the campaign from all platforms. What the company fails to explain is how they allowed for these ads to be published in the first place. No major company simply gives people rights to release images and marketing campaigns without a green light from the company's executives. So as to how all of this happened without them knowing seems to be highly unlikely. If anything, I'm sure Balenciaga executives were shown the campaign in advance and liked it enough to publish it. Maybe they didn't realize the subliminal message the photo showed, but then again, I highly doubt that. It's obvious that this was done on purpose, and that's what everyone is outraged about. The second apology concerning the Supreme Court decision didn't explain why someone took it upon themselves to include that document. I mean, at this point, what is really left to say? It seemed intentional. The photographer who shot the teddy bear bag campaign, Gabriel Galimberti, insisted that he did not know about the items displayed in the photos in front of the children, but somehow didn't address the parts of the photo shoot that he did know about, which was the children holding these teddy bears with battered eyes dressed in fishnet tops and leather harnesses. Balenciaga is now in a $25 million lawsuit which is directed against the production company North 6 and set designer Nicolas Desjardins. Nicolas Desjardins' agent came out against Balenciaga and told the Post that the legal papers used in the ad were obtained from a prop house that were rental pieces used on film and photo shoots. Then they said everyone from Balenciaga was on the shoot and was present on every shot and worked on the edit of every image in post-production. They said that Nicholas is just being used as a scapegoat and is now hiring a legal team. Balenciaga, trying to separate their brand from other traditional brands, has gotten them a reputation for almost being an anti-fashion brand. They have collections inspired by The Simpsons and Crocs, and earlier this year debuted a 1500 leather clutch made to look like a bag of Lay's chips. Priscilla Gonzalez, a Mexico-based stylist and fashion content creator, said, "Just how much can you challenge what's cool? There's a thin line between being creative and essentially using children as props or having them pose with inappropriate items." Kim Kardashian, someone who is famously known to wear Balenciaga and be in many of their ad campaigns, says she is reevaluating her relationship with them over these images. She said, "As a mother of 4, I have been shaken by the disturbing images. The safety of children must be held with the highest regard, and any attempts to normalize child abuse of any kind should have no place in our society, period." And people are split between supporting Kim and calling her out. Something about morals and the Kardashians shouldn't be in the same sentence. Which is kind of funny, but social media always finds a way to be mad at the image of a brand rather than the brand itself. So I don't think we should shift focus on the Kardashians and their morals, because that's exactly what Balenciaga would want right now, someone else to blame. Now, is Balenciaga the big bad wolf and they're in charge of all the horrible things being associated to children nowadays? No. But they are part of an industry which allows and protects the people who normalize child abuse. I'm pretty sure there were employees of Balenciaga who saw the ad and said, "This is weird." But you know what? That doesn't matter. There's always going to be someone with a higher position overruling your thoughts. And that's why it's important for Balenciaga as a whole to be held accountable and not play the "we, a major fashion company, had randos in charge of publishing image without our knowledge" BS. Like, make it make sense. There is an underlying message that's happening that I can't help but notice, and it's this fascination with putting children in adult scenarios. Kids nowadays have internet access to the capacity that adults have, and messages throughout social media are being spread faster than ever. It is in our human duty to be as careful as possible with what we put on social media, because kids can be exposed to it more now than ever before. Hollywood, which works hand in hand with these big designer brands as well, is not new to the world of child abuse, and this is something we can dive deeper on in a dark Hollywood topic, and that is the normalization of setting children up to act like adults. I always found it weird how Olivia Rodrigo was freshly 18 years old and going out in a dress that seemed to be very revealing, while back in the day if anyone else did this, they would be criticized. I understand it's about feminism and the freedom of choice for women, but in Hollywood, does anyone really have a choice, especially young, vulnerable women? All these child stars working on Disney and other programs for children seem to be coming out talking about how normal abuse is behind closed doors. And we can all shift a blind eye to the public because of words like feminism and choice, while not realizing that the growing need to make children act like adults is not normal, and it is abuse at the end of the day. When you are a child star working for an industry made up by adults and works in favor for adults, you obviously will find yourself at the bottom of the ladder, being stepped on and told this is all okay. It's the social need to grow up too fast, and fashion and entertainment industries are abusing their power on young people who want to be successful and fit in. It's a much bigger issue than just 2 ad campaigns, it's the entire umbrella these companies all fall under. These people behind the scenes have normalized abuse so much that they can't even predict if an ad campaign like this might cause uproar. And once again, this isn't to blame Balenciaga on everything that goes wrong in the world, but it's to show you that these brands who work hand in hand with Hollywood and media often take part in using symbolism and subliminal messages to show you what their version of normal is behind closed doors. What do you guys think about this? Let me know down in the comments below and let us know what other topics you want to see us talking about. Make sure to follow our social medias, subscribe for more. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.